Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Facts of Life. I'm your host, Zed Peace, joined here by my co-hosts, Chaos and Shar. And today we have a very special guest who is a South African by birth. And he's been all around different parts of the world. And somehow he's right here, right now with us, here in Brunei. His name is Nicholas. I call him Jude. He goes by Jude Selatan. He raps. He does all sorts of sort of creative projects. And yeah, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me, dog.
I think
first guest, huh?
Yeah, first guest.
Why me? Why me?
So that's a good question. I think one of the reasons why was when he did his project that had a big impact on the hip hop scene in Brunei. So a couple of years back, Jude single-handedly, I would say, organized the For the Culture season, which was a rap show that showcased a lot of local acts or acts that were active locally in Brunei, and it jump-started a lot of careers. I talked to you about it just earlier on. Like, you jump-started Asmai's career, I would say. Like, shout out to Asmai. He's one of my favorite local artists, and he recently dropped this crazy project, which I don't know if you checked.
He's been dope for a while.
Asmai has been dope since the start.
His first verse on For the Culture,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, boy can rap, and the voice.
But that wasn't the first time you heard him.
That was the first time I met him. I'd never heard the name before.
Oh,
And then I met him, Asmai Zulhum.
I mean, I heard him before that. So
Yeah.
I've heard his earlier stuff. And even from then, I can already tell that Asmai is one of those acts that you can tell can go further because they just have that drive. They just have that drive to adapt to whatever that's out there and just go for it.
He's like also talented with a good sound
Sure.
from the beginning. There are a lot of people that can rap. Not everybody has that good sound. And he, like, from the first song I heard, which was the freestyle,
Yeah.
and then everything after that, whether he's rapping or singing, it's just, I was like,
I mean, Chaos, you heard of Asmai, right? I've shown you.
Yeah.
Can you name me one Asmai song?
No, I
YouTube,
don't
right?
know.
From
I don't
YouTube,
know
yeah?
about
He has a few
Asmai
projects.
existence up until now.
Okay. Asmai, again, to me, is one of those acts that can really write. Their lyricism is on point, and they know what they're doing when they record their verses. It's just so refreshing to see acts nowadays exploring that pathway. It's what I grew up with. Hip hop was something that, right, Chaos? When we were a group, when Mike Bandis was really active, when we wrote verses, we wrote it together
Yeah,
to
how
make
did that
sure
feel, bro?
that was the era.
what made you guys want to rap, actually?
I've always wanted to rap.
Yeah, he
To
started
me,
a long time ago.
How did the band meet, actually? I don't know your guys' backstory.
Oh, well.
Yes. Let's start from your perspective.
Okay, so it was 2004. 2004 we started. It was back in high school. We go to the same high school. So Crow was first who was there. He was there from the beginning, actually.
Yeah, I think he was earlier on.
Yeah.
Were you two in the same group of friends?
Yeah, but Crow was there first, and then it was me, and then it was Zed.
Right.
Yeah, so Zed was in the same tutor group as me in Greenhouse.
Did
So
you look
like-
like a nerd?
Yeah.
Did I
You
look
did,
like
yeah.
a nerd?
Yeah, you did, bro. Sorry, bro.
Probably. I mean,
Your hair was like a bit like, down right.
sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how it started. Zed already started rapping back from SOAS, was it?
I mean, when you first met me, I was.
You
didn't know
had
me
a
as
book.
rapper.
He had a book with all this rhyme.
Come on, Zed,
I mean,
give us a
yeah.
bar.
Honestly, that was such a long time ago.
Long time ago, yeah.
Do you remember, Bar?
2006, I think.
Okay, what about the first song that you did, Gus? Because we talked about it the other day.
The
but
first song
it's
that you guys
lost.
did together.
I just-
Yeah, it was a love song. no,
No, that's my different side of the story. How I started making like music into
Yeah.
like this kind of thing. Because I fell in love with like sound since I was like little. I have like that tape recorder, so I used to like just record my voice and start making noise.
Oh,
I think I did
Yeah.
that. I think I did that.
I think
as
a
well.
lot of people are like, oh, so amazing, like how you can record your voice,
Yeah.
something like that. So yeah, and then became like that. So I studied like a lot of like using Acid Pro.
The people, what was your first influence to hip hop? What was the introduction to you going, damn, I wanna do that? Because that's the
I wanna
feeling I
rap.
had.
I like hip hop back in Jakarta when I was there for 5 years.
Yeah, for me, what made
was
me
Vanilla Ice.
what made me want to rap along and sing along too was Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was the group. Oh, that was my introduction to hip hop. Like period. So listening to that, their first Billboard, I think #1 was Crossroads, and that played on MTV constantly.
Right.
See you at the crossroads.
Yeah.
You won't be lonely.
It's a nice song.
See you at the crossroads.
Yeah, it was
So-
that era
I
though.
don't know the
you
song.
know?
Do you know
Yeah.
that song?
I don't know.
Oh,
Of
you
don't know
serious?
No.
Do you know Bone Thugs and Harmony?
course I know Bone Thugs and all.
But-
I know Bone
But I'm
Thugs
not
and
as old as
Harmony.
you guys. I know.
Yeah, I know,
I'm
and I was
not
like,
Dang.
What are you
Is that a
talking
old-
about?
you guys are older than us.
Dang.
Yeah.
How about like
We're not
Tupac?
too far apart.
Of course. Check when Crossroads was.
1997, I would say.
Bro, I was 6 years old. You think I'm
I think I might have been.
Let alone me.
Yeah. So,
Wait.
Shar, what was your introduction to hip hop? Like
Spice
who-
Girls?
No,
If you wanna
All
be
Saint-
bad,
no, TLC.
No, hip hop, like rap and lyrics and.
Well, I
beats.
don't remember exactly the specific moment where I was like, oh, I actually love hip hop or rap
Sure.
music. But then, no, it was just a random moment where I think that rap and hip hops are much better than.
But Jude, have you ever heard Sharina rap?
No, we're
Because
not doing it.
Yeah.
she's
No.
mean on
I
the
have.
mic.
We had a karaoke.
Oh, right,
We
we
did
had
karaoke.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We did karaoke.
Okay.
The
Nicki
car.
Minaj, dog.
Ah,
Nicki
that's
Minaj. She
Plain
did it.
Jane
Oh, have
once.
you guys heard of Nicki Minaj?
How long
Oh
have
my
you
God.
studied that song?
Long.
Wow.
No.
Yeah,
But she
I
was.
see.
So
No
you
wonder.
love it.
I'm not lying. She was
I-
nice with it. She was nice with
Yeah.
the
Jude.
female. She was
With it?
nice. She was
I
nice with
think
it.
I've heard you. Can we just
No,
Jude,
no,
I
we're not
gotta
doing
just
that.
say,
Can we just play it
you're,
here?
you're not special.
sing?
I knew I wasn't special when she was like, but she suggested it, and when she suggested it, I was like,
You
and
do
then-
this
and-
to
and
all
she
guys.
started, I was like, she does this. She's done this all the time. This is not.
Oh, Shar,
It's not the first
you
time.
can't, you can't fool Jude. I think
She
Jude,
didn't try to fool me. You know?
No, I wasn't even trying to fool him.
I mean, don't you think to a certain extent everybody tries to fool everybody?
Deep question. I'm
Oh,
gonna drink some coffee for that.
If I want to live a good life, then of course there's no one else I can rely on, and it's up to me to make those steps to do
yeah.
more good.
No, it got deep too quick here. It
quick?
kind of
That's
got
what she said.
deep. We're cutting that out.
No, we're not. Come
Cutting that
on.
out.
Man. You should. I've been playing a lot of golf. Like golf
Yeah, I
is
saw
my new
that.
escape.
I
It's
saw
my
that.
addiction, right?
I saw that.
And I always have different golf balls in the car, but I opened my bag and there was this random box of Callaway balls
Yeah,
and it said super long,
yeah.
super straight,
Super straight.
super straight,
straight.
super long. And then it said super soft. I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. I was like, why would you write that? Like, you're selling a product to guys. Now you make it like, why you put it like that? Surely you see the
Maybe
double
it was
entendre.
intentional.
But what's the golf reference to it? Super soft.
Yeah, like you want a soft ball.
A ball that is soft.
Yeah, the ball goes super straight, which you want.
Yeah.
Super long,
Sure.
which you also want for everything.
But
And
super
then
soft, bro.
super
Super
soft.
soft.
No, but
What, like,
bro.
you
No,
guys don't
it's
see what
the-
you just wrote?
it's
Yeah,
gotta
bro,
be
but
intentional
advertising has
and
always
catch.
been that way. Like
But
that's always been the method to, I guess, good advertising.
Yeah, but usually it's a positive. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's
Yeah.
harder, better,
Okay.
faster.
So this
Or
one is
faster, better, stronger. This
Oh.
one is super straight
They-
like that.
Super.
Super long.
Jude, they got you.
Love it. And then like,
Jude,
They got you. That's what they
soft.
wanted.
They got you. You even said it on this podcast. So Calway will probably be like, "Yep, the Brunei folks got
We
it.
did it.
They got the market."
I told you, bro.
And
And then the Asian will be like, yeah.
To me, marketing has always been about trying to, push envelopes and get
It
people
can
to
be
think.
very impactful as well to
I-
people's mind.
Yeah. And that's something I want to do with this podcast. Like, there's a lot of projects that I worked on, but there hasn't been anything that got me excited.
Mm.
And Facts of Life was something that when I thought about, I saw the potential. There hasn't been a podcast, well, at least a consistent podcast locally.
Shafi was probably the closest to it.
I think Shafi and I don't know if Ibrahim Kamid also did podcasting.
I think mostly in Malay,
big
right?
on YouTube.
Ibrahim Kamid is big, so shout out to Ibrahim Kamid, another Bruneian talent. Like the way he did his thing till the viewership that he's continuing to build, it's crazy. So when
What's his
we don't
numbers like? I've never.
a million.
I've heard of.
Yeah, that's when you have that momentum to go forward.
But is this content Malay or English?
English. So
English,
he
yeah.
caters to us like an English audience,
Oh,
Yeah.
How old is he?
Australian audience. I think.
He's young, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean the stuff that I check out on his Instagram, on his YouTube, you can tell that he has this might be a career for him. YouTube might actually be something that he is earning he's earning a living out of.
I'll definitely check him out, but I've never even seen
You
one
should.
video.
You should.
You can talk about any topic, but if you can relate it to something very meaningful and relates to something everyone can learn from, then you will earn a Facts of Life point. So a Facts of Life point, we tally on how many we have throughout the night, and somebody wins throughout the night. Facts of Life is an opportunity for all of us, including ourselves and you guys, the audience.
Oh,
and
he's
the
gonna
guests.
get the point now.
Okay. My build up, just to reveal, was going to relate to that's why we created this podcast, and that's why we want to engage with everyone. We want everyone to engage with us because that's how I feel we can learn, and that is a Facts of Life.
No, you're
And
not.
I think
You're
I
not getting the
earned
first
myself
Facts
a
of
point.
Life point. Nope.
Point opening.
I think it has to like for a Facts of Life point to work. Everybody gotta agree. It's
Okay,
Yeah,
do you guys
yeah.
not agree?
Yeah, you
And,
gotta.
That's cheating.
You
That's
intentionally
cheating.
rumbled
Okay,
much
because
Yeah.
I
because
set
you
myself
wanted
up
to
to
get.
get the point, right?
Of
I
Facts
feel like
of
it's
Life
gotta be
point.
short and fast. Like it's
Yeah.
just,
Sure. I mean,
it's gotta be like a bar, just like
Yeah.
a one line or something.
okay.
Yeah,
like,
like-
I dragged it
Yeah.
on.
That's
I dragged it
Facts
on.
of Life.
That's
Yeah.
a Facts of Life.
Yours was a paragraph of life.
Just putting it out there, so you guys don't agree. What I said about this purpose of this podcast is to learn from each other, and that
You're
is
right.
is that not is
You're
that
right.
something that you not agree?
You're right.
I agree.
Yeah.
So can I get like a sympathy point somehow?
Do you want a Facts of Life to be a sympathy thing?
No.
Yo, you didn't finish the story.
Oh
Yeah,
About how you
You
guys
hijacked the whole
formed.
thing.
yeah, exactly.
We were.
Him and Crow were rapping.
Yeah, him and Crow were rapping, and then 2006 was it? Forgot. 2006. And he stayed there for 2 years, but 2006 was the year where we started to record
Yeah.
at the studio. Summer break, they'll come back to Brunei. Then they have 3 months. That's when we start making an album,
Yeah.
and it happens like every
Every
year
year
like that.
Every
Was
year.
that of Mics and Men?
That was the third installment.
retrospective. Rhythm and Poetry,
yeah.
which is rap RIP, and then of Mics and
Of
Men,
Mics and Men,
and then
Mahkota.
Mahkota, which is the unreleased album.
Dang. Didn't
Go ahead,
experience
go
it.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
man,
ask away. I
definitely.
mean, I'm also here to answer any questions you guys may have.
Yeah, definitely. lah.
So like, wasn't Azizi Sabri part of the group?
Was
Did you guys see that? He did a pass to be like, here
yo,
go, here's the ball.
you made
He's
who
touching
made the
the
name
ball.
Mike Bandits?
Okay,
bro?
shout out to Aziz Sabri. I don't know how was
Like,
that.
you just wrote him out of the history.
No, but-
like this.
But why was that the first thing that came to?
No, it honestly just because I was gonna ask like, okay, so what happened? What was the journey like?
Sure.
And then I was like, wait a minute. Azizi once told me like he was also in Mike
Yeah.
Bandits.
So shout out to Azizi. He was my schoolmate as well back in the days.
Wow.
He rapped, and I invited him to the group. So Mike Bandits was already formed at that point, and it was me thinking, hey, let's expand, let's move to new territory and see what more is out there,
Without discussing with anyone.
without discussing with the rest of the guys.
Oh my
Executive
God.
I never claimed to be any leadership.
Yeah, no one did.
You
No
just
one
took
did.
the
But it was the
leadership.
group leader. Like no one is a leader, but it needs to have like
I
you know
think
all
I'm
of
gonna
us.
be
There
to
was
lead.
there was a lot of egos here and there.
Like the
that.
points
did
of
I
not-
deserve
like
to
the
be
facts
the
of life, bro. Like we need everyone to agree.
Oh, is that Facts of Life? You earn a point.
Maybe.
Well,
No.
we'll save it.
Sorry.
So it wasn't much to it. It was just another person joining the group, and we
Change the chemistry.
we worked on a few things, but it didn't work out, and we went our separate ways. But the group at its core was me, Zed Peace, Chaos, and Cracky Crow. So us three were the still is the core of the group. And podcasting to me is an extension of an artist's creative journey, and I think it's a logical journey for somebody who has a lot of who's been through the industry and has this experience and use this as an opportunity to share like those things. And as much as I'm learning, as much as we are all learning from the guests and each other, like at some point during a Facts of Life episode, you should be learning something about yourself.
I like that.
Ooh, that's okay.
What is that?
Getting...
What is that?
I'm just gonna say this. He hijacked my story again.
Oh no!
Hey guys, this episode of Facts of Life is brought to you by Snappy. Snappy is a dairy-free plant-based milk made out of fresh peas.
Snappy comes in a variety of exciting flavors such as utterly original, rich chocolates, and many more.
Snappy is available in all major store. Just one sip and you'll be back for more.
Snappy is suitable for all ages and it is a healthy option to dairy-based milk.
You can find out more about Snappy by visiting their Instagram on the link below. Welcome back to Facts of Life. This is the last segment of the episode. Again, Jude Selatan, thank you for coming by. We worked on a few projects in the past. We had the KL project like a few years back, which was an experience for me. It was my first time traveling with a friend, like just traveling as a duo and getting to this adventure where we had to get, it was an event that I was performing in, and Jude was there to film the whole trip. And
it was very sick. Like, can you imagine, like,
Tell me how sick it was.
from a fan's perspective?
I know what it feels like.
Like, you find out the homie's gonna go, because we had been on a rapping vibe that time. Like, for some reason, we both had time, and we were just rapping a lot and like brainstorming, and For the Culture came out. We were just spending a lot of time together, bouncing ideas back and forth. Zed was trying to get me to rap, but do you ever have that problem where you just can't finish the verse? Like, you've got 12 good bars, and then you're like, fuck, writer's block. And then you just start avoiding, studio sessions. Like, just be like,
Are you talking about me in particular? Like, is it something
nah,
to
like,
do with me? Or in general?
I
mean, every time I start a project with Jude, we end up going all the way through.
Exactly. So this was the beginning of that relationship. Like,
okay.
back when you guys back when, like, can you imagine? Back when you guys were, back when I paid $50 for a ticket to your show, right? You guys were like Wu-Tang. You guys were like the dogs. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
So like,
Amazing.
So what are you gonna play now?
and then I was going on tour with you to KL.
Yeah, that was
and like
crazy.
recording the whole thing, being like a media reporter with him. I interviewed Joe Flizzo. I saw them at rehearsal. We met K-Click. Zed had to go for a fitting, and it's just like seeing Zed mixed with different like big dogs.
Do you have clips of
different.
that?
We do have clips of that
You
somewhere.
probably,
Yeah, and then it was raining, and then all the rappers were in the same hotel, and they had to go for sound check.
Yeah.
Zed had some drama. It was raining. We were trying to get Nando's, bro. It was like just and I had a camera on it the whole time, and then was the show,
Yeah.
and Zed rocked it. We made a whole content piece. It's definitely on my website. It was in the magazine. I wrote the piece. I reported on like what I was seeing.
I mean, the Miri trip for the one that we did a gig with Aman Ra. That to me was memorable moment, because that was my first time meeting Aman Ra in person, and it was dope. We got.
I have a share of this story. Oh man.
What?
Wait,
Chaos, can you lift up the mic a little bit? So
the story is when I think Zed was working. I was in KL with Crow. I think we were there for 40 plus days. I don't know what we were doing. We were looking for like music, hanging out with friends. So one day, we got a text from David. David is one of the cartel people.
Yeah.
He texted that it's Malik's daughter first birthday.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we were invited. To go and see Malik for the first time ever.
Do you know
At his
Malik?
daughter's birthday.
Who is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too fat.
Too
Yeah.
fat, exactly.
He's like legend, bro. I was like,
Who was the guy that had a song with, right? Was it Warren G?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Warren G. They
Warren
collaborated
G.
with
Yeah.
Warren G and a few
Malik
others.
was like,
Yeah. Do you know how big it was like to get for an outsider in hip hop to get a feature with a big American rapper at that time? It was rare.
Yeah, so
It was like such a boss move. Choke down.
So Too Fat was growing up. They were
Yeah.
our sort of they were our idols in the sense like we wanted to be them. Like Mike
Yeah.
Bandits was a product of Too Fat.
I remember they asked us a question like, what do you guys want to be? And then Zed was like, I think we want to be the next Too Fat. And then they replied, what are you talking about? You guys are the next Too Fat. We did learn a lot of it, like a lot of a lot of things from it. The experience is just a lot of things that could teach us in life as well.
Is that a fact of
Strike
life?
for a fact of
Oh,
life.
my
It's
goodness.
It was not a fact of life.
No, I think that was a fact of life.
Is that right?
He related his experiences to something that everyone can learn from. So that was the music sense, and it doesn't matter which creative field you decide to venture into. I think all of those have great opportunities, like music, podcasting, for example. Like I didn't know pod was a word. Like, oh, you doing the pod today? Yeah, we're doing the pod today. No, I just learned that like listening to podcasts and thinking, damn, do I want to be a podcaster? Like, do I want to be known as a podcaster?
Man, everybody listens to podcasts. You listen to
I
podcasts?
listen to podcasts, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Everybody knows what you sound like. Such a boomer. Everybody knows what a podcast is these days.
I mean, that's the thing. These days, what is these days? Like, what would
Yeah,
you?
what are you supposed to know about these days?
It's
Technology. I
Do you
guess.
gotta have a TikTok? Do you have a TikTok?
I have a TikTok.
Facts of
but it's
Life.
I
private.
do have a
at
TikTok,
Facts of
but
Life.
Do you use it?
I don't use it. I just use it to watch.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
an
same
example.
way.
Do
Use it to
you?
watch.
I know you post on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
I'll-
professional with
Yeah.
everything. So
No.
you
I never post a video.
Yeah, me too.
guys, I'm
Same.
not
I
on
use it
TikTok.
to
Is this a
watch.
problem?
Wait,
Am
you're-
I missing
No, it's
out?
not.
Wait,
a
you're not
problem.
on
I
TikTok.
like
I'll
the-
give
I'm
you.
all over
I'll
the
give you
show.
another. I'll give you another idea. So, you don't have a TikTok.
I have a TikTok.
Do you make TikTok videos?
Listen, I don't.
Okay, so I'll tell you. I'll give you a
Me
proposition. You don't need to make TikTok videos,
Mm.
but I'll give you a proposition. So, Facts of Life is always been this. The idea was to produce something organic, and I was thinking because we have a slot once Sharina goes away. What if you join the podcast as a third member in replace of Sharina?
She's doing it again. He's just inviting people to the group. Just like
See,
you're doing it
let me
again.
give you a
This guy's
proposition.
sick. This guy's sick. He's just deciding. Just makes a decision on the fly.
And then when he did not speak to us. He did not speak to us.
But
Very Joe Budden of him. Like Joe Budden just used to change the show all the time.
Busted,
And he-
busted.
he-
All the time.
As the
live,
guest,
live
he's like,
on
"I'm
recording.
the new host of the
nature
show."
Okay,
Is this guy-
So the
But-
first question the dude asked me,
yeah,
yeah, so that's the reason why.
why
The fourth member.
You got kicked out
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah. he got
Okay,
kicked
so
out.
are you guys saying no consensus? You guys don't want Jude to replace Shar?
It's
No,
not even a thing.
no,
Sean
it's
can't be
not.
replaced.
Yeah.
You replace this.
I mean, there'll be a time when she won't be in.
No, bro. This can't replace this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Me, you, we're always here.
yeah, we're here, but the third member, and right now
Is
Sharina
always
is
Shar.
there.
Right?
Yeah,
Speak
but-
for
But
yourself.
No,
Shar is
no.
just missing. Like, it could be a gimmick as well. Like, she's in like.
So it's just
somewhere.
us two with a
Yeah.
guest.
Could be.
Yeah, if you want
We can have,
another
like,
member,
even,
you could invite
Two guys.
them as a
Yeah,
guest.
two
So
guys
you
as
a
well.
cameo appearance. So what's your where
No,
you,
she's the third member. She's the third member of Facts of Life.
yeah,
And
and then but
that
then you just
comes once
replace
in a
them.
while.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, so there'll be periods where like she
Yeah,
won't
Or I
Because
be-
have
once
to
in a
go
while.
outside Brunei.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
no,
chilling.
yeah. I mean,
We can
Because I
have to-
can't, bro.
I don't know. I
struggle
think
with
I was in
commitments.
my whole Mike Bandits
I
mode.
struggle with commitments.
See? Mike Bandits
Generally.
thing.
Where
He
any
did it.
sort of spark of
did it. He
talent or
diverted
creativity
to
is
Yeah.
like
that
you
topic.
jump into the group and let's move, let's go,
You,
let's go.
Dope, come.
Yeah.